And welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and this is the segment that we've been waiting for.
Yes.
We've been on location at the Model Smart Home for J&K Security Solutions, and now we're going to find out a little bit about home theater
We
systems.
promised you home theater, and these are the folks you want to hear it from.
Yes, Tom Spinoso and Bill Topol join us. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us here. So let's start out for those folks who are not familiar with J&K Security Solutions. Can you give us a little bit of a background of how the business started and what they do?
It started in 1985, just a simple key shop out of the owner's house and car.
Yeah.
And they incorporated down on Park Street in '87, and they've been on the Park Street area for ever since, about 30 years. And as security has progressed, so has the business. Now we're into electronic security. There's still the key shop.
Sure.
There's a hollow metal division, fire, card access, cameras, and now a smart home division as well.
Yeah,
So incredible. What a fabulous story of growth. I love that it
Yeah.
started from a key shop.
Yeah.
And now look at this place and what you do for homes.
We've come a long way over the years, haven't we?
Yeah, it's incredible. So we're going to focus today on home theater, and I think this is a fantastic topic. Who doesn't want a home theater? I think
Right.
that sounds great, but we want to learn a little bit about it. Maybe kind of some cost aspects, how it works in terms of technology. So start with the basics. What is a home theater, and what does it look like?
So I think the goal of a home theater is to take that movie theater experience. So when you go to the theater and you sit down and you're sort of immersed in the screen and you forget that you're sitting in a chair and you're kind of in the action, that's what really a home theater is. We try to take that experience and reproduce it in your home.
Yes.
Right.
And there's a lot of ways to get that done. Home theaters come in a couple different flavors. The trend 10, 15 years ago was to build sort of a single purpose room.
Right.
Or it'd be a theater with a big projector and you have seats and you went there and that's what you did. Today we're seeing that trend change to maybe more multi-purpose rooms
Okay.
where there might be an activity room on the end of it, or maybe a bar, or they're opening up a basement and they don't really want to close it off to one thing.
Sure.
Right.
And so these multi-purpose rooms are we're seeing them become very popular.
Right.
And I think the term home theater means a lot of different things now. It's not just movies. Yeah, it's video games. I mean, we have a lot of people that want to play video games, and of course there's like a home theater style audio to those games, and so games and sporting events. When you sit down and watch a Packer game, it's like you're sitting in Lambeau Field because all the surround from the crowd is coming at you. So
Right. But you don't have to climb over people to get a beer. It's the
exactly,
best.
or wait for the bathroom.
Right.
It's probably the most important.
That's such a cool experience, and I liked some of the other elements too, because you talk about being multi-use, and that's just right in trend with homes today. People want that open concept, and
Right.
to your point, not a closed-off room. That's for one thing, so that's perfect.
So obviously there's some changes in the industry. We've noticed that people are moving more towards multi-use rooms and that sort of thing. I'm curious to know a couple of things. Number one, what do you feel is the reason for that? And then second part of the question is, what else have you noticed changes over the years in the industry?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I really think, homes and the design of homes to be more efficient and more multi-use is really, I think, driving that. I mean, homes are, I don't have the data on this, but I believe the square footage of homes is getting smaller and not bigger, based on what we're seeing.
Yeah.
And certainly the push to use the space more efficiently is there. What we're seeing, and I'm not sure if this is in spite of or because of, but when you look at TV technology and you look at how the form factors of TVs have become very, very thin, there's been a couple of outcomes to that. One of which, the audio from a TV is really bad. I mean, the cases are so thin that the speakers have gone from being, maybe a decent sized speaker to being very, very small.
Right.
And a lot of times they're on the back of the TV pointing into the wall.
Right.
So TV sound quality has really gone down. So what's happened is there are a lot of companies now producing something we call a sound bar.
Okay.
And it's basically a speaker that you add to the bottom of a TV that helps produce the TV audio.
Yeah.
And that's really a way that somebody gets started in home theater.
Okay.
I'm glad you addressed that, because I think that's something that not a lot of consumers realize when they go to buy a TV, is that really the volume on the TV is probably not going to suit a lot of your needs, especially if you're looking to watch movies or play video games or things, sports, things of that nature. So you guys are able to address those concerns for people.
A quick comment there, as the speakers get smaller and they get harder to hear, the vocals become a real problem. And if you can't hear what somebody is saying on the TV, it doesn't really matter what the action is around it.
Right.
So really what's happened is a lot of people think home theater, they think a lot of boxes and a lot of speakers and, I need a lot of stuff. Well, now you can really get a nice home theater experience for maybe one speaker that gets mounted below the TV, a sound bar. That's a big change.
And let's touch a little bit on that technology there, because if viewers at home aren't familiar with a sound bar, or maybe the relationship between the TV and the sound bar, is the technology difficult to use, or are people going to be able to relatively easily learn that?
There is that stigma out there that people think that something may be difficult to use, and it could just be people don't know what they don't know.
Right.
And one of our jobs is to make sure we're giving someone, end user, an experience and a product that they're going to be able to use and use effectively, and that they're going to enjoy it. It's not a single remote such as a universal remote is going to be much more efficient than having 5 remotes for a TV, a receiver, an Apple TV, a Roku, etc.
Right.
Being able to consolidate that all into one and having either a remote or an app or an automation system in some factor to run all that, in the end it will be much simpler to use and user-friendly, but a little education, just like anything, is going to be needed for the customer, and we're more than happy to provide that for them.
Yeah.
And that's obviously something that you can help to consolidate that, to automate things. That's something. What are some other things that J&K Security Solutions can offer for those who are looking to put a home theater system into their house?
Well, what we like to do is really go out to a customer's home and experience it, see the space that they're trying to use, make recommendations. Everybody has a little bit of a different opinion on fit and finish and how they want the room to turn out. Sure. So we take that really seriously. So we'll go in and ask a lot of questions, find out what look they're going for. Some people want it to be front and center when you walk into the room. Some people don't want to see anything at all.
Right, yeah.
So we get them all the way in between. I think one thing we focus on, regardless of what they want, is making it really easy to use so the whole family can use it. So we find that when we go to homes, everybody's got an opinion on how they want it to work and how they want it to look.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I like that simplicity across the board for people in terms of learning the technology, and that it's a total package, that you're going to come in, see the individual space, talk to the family or the person about their individual needs, and then teach them how to use it once it's installed. Right. So it's really start to finish. And I didn't even think about the fact that you just spoke on, which is some people want the home theater to be very prevalent and be the focal point of the room, where others may want it hidden completely. So you can actually do that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
and a lot of folks don't think about a security solutions place as being the place to go for a home theater system. And Tom, I don't know if I should mention this or not, but you have a background in home theater systems in a previous life, is what I understand. So this is kind of your specialty. Why should people come here to J&K Security Solutions to get that experience?
Well, I think that the community and the family, that we talked about here,
Right.
we're a local family-owned business. We really pride ourselves on taking care of people.
Yeah.
And so from beginning to end, you can come in and we'll, regardless of what you need, from security to home theater, we can do the whole thing. And I believe nobody takes care of people better than we do.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that.
Tom Spinoso and Bill Topol, thank you so much for joining us
Thanks,
today.
you guys.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have here at J&K Security Solutions, the model smart home for a Wisconsin family. We'll see you next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day